Hello everyone, Lady Shatana here with another video in my series about Cavern, my style in Minecolonies, which is the only required mod for me to be able to play Minecraft. I'm doing another MegaHall showcase today, and I'm going to try and do in each of these videos a really interesting place to build. So this one is quite close to spawn. I'm going to put the seed in the description. Spawn is over here, and you would go across the ocean to find this spot here. I think this is pretty cool. It's the neatest just island open. It's like an empty shell. It's just really interesting. And normally you would look at this and say, but lady, what kind of craziness would make you think that you could build one of your colonies here? And believe me, you can do it. So I'm going to show you. So just a little showcase here. Here's the supply ship for Cavern. Has some nice little goodies in it, including the auto smelter, the baby auto smelter in the back there, which will help you make all those bricks and things that you need. So what I've done is I've added I had placed my town hall block just to claim my area, and then I picked it up. I added a builder hut up here, and this is a really handy schematic that's available in the infrastructure intersections, and it is called let me just find it here. The stone surface stairs is what it's called. So it's basically just something specifically built to connect up to the surface. Now, there's some pretty deep ocean in this area, so if you were to build something like this, as you can see, I have waystones, you would want to go far enough down to make sure that you're not just in the ocean. And when I got down to this level, I discovered that my buildings, or my halls, were still halfway up into the ocean. So I did go one further down. So this is just to give you some ideas of what you would need to do if you wanted to build in unusual locations. So, as you see, I went down to the lower, and then I built one more stairs down. And now I am at a Y18. I'm quite low down, but it's with the really low bottom of the world now, you can actually start this far down and it would be okay. So I built myself the alternative town hall here and set up the basic infrastructure of the colony. And because I have a stair in my only intersection right now, I actually put my builder hut into one of the connectors. And then what I would do after this is I would either maybe put another builder over there, or a couple of couriers, or even some different decorations and things. So there's lots of things you can actually do with the space when you put a builder hut in it. So today we're actually going to talk about the Scholars Hall. It's one of the first halls that you would build, because you do need that university to be able to unlock so many of the buildings. This is the base hall, and as always, you're going to be looking for the informational signs. The Scholars Hall includes the university, the library, the school, the Alchemist, and the Netherworker. The Netherworker is actually right upstairs there. So as with any hut, you would have the hut block in your inventory. And you're going to look for the sign, and it will have probably some descriptive signs to help you get things lined up. But as always, you're going to find the sign and right-click on the block right below it, which will help you make sure that the hut block is in the right spot, and all you will ever need to do is rotate. So we're looking for education, MegaHall, because we are working in a MegaHall, and looking for the university. So let's take a look here. It looks like things may be in the right spot. So you can see when things are that little bit shifty that there is blocks overlaying, and you can see that in this case everything is lined up correctly. So this is level 1, and then we'll take a look at level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that I had my builder build it and upgrade it just so that you can see what we end up with. And so normally you would assign to builder, but we're going to go constructed here. And there you go. So that's adding the university in. And the university takes up the whole bottom floor here. And you can see that there's some little classrooms and things like that. So then we'll head upstairs. Upstairs we have, this is a space for rent. It's actually a whole section that is awaiting the creation of some sort of new hut for Minecolonies, and I just made sure I left myself some room to be able to add it to this hall if it made sense. So in this section here, we've got the Alchemist MegaHall version, and again, it has some directions for lining things up. So taking our build tool on that block right below, the Alchemist is going to be, if I recall correctly, under craftsmanship, and I believe they are under luxury. MegaHall, there we go, Alchemist Tower. So when we take a look here, you can see that things are lined up in this section, and we can see, if we move it over a little bit, we can see those fence posts are nice and lined up. And then taking a look, level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5 gets pretty fancy. So being an alchemist, making sure they have leaves to be able to create that mistletoe on, the soul sand to create that nether wart, so that they can do the things that they're supposed to do. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pretend that our builder did its builder thing, and we're going to add that in there. So that finishes up this section here. You could absolutely utilize this section for yourself. I don't know of any buildings coming up in the near future that will use it. So yeah, you could certainly use that for your own purposes, and it will not be interfered with by any other buildings. So up here we have the Nether Worker. So the Nether Worker MegaHall. Again, we have the posts to line up. Now you see this sign is actually up on a post. It's not on the ground. So this post is where the hut block needs to go, and you can see if we can do the right click thing on this one. The Nether Worker, again, I do believe they are under craftsmanship luxury MegaHall. Nope, that is not correct. They are in, let's find it. Where is it? Metallurgy maybe? Nope. This is where you always can do another little trick. So we're going to find the hut block for the Nether Worker. And this is a really good trick if you just can't figure out where something is. If you take the hut block in your hand and you right click in the air, the system is going to do a search, and what it's going to do is it's going to find where the Nether Worker is in all of the styles that are installed. So first of all, not all styles have all of the hut types. Some of the older styles may have been completed by their builders before the Nether Worker came into play. So there might not actually be one there if you're having trouble finding it. So as you can see here, it's gone through the different things, and it shows here Cavern. It's under the Mystic default Nether Worker, or the Cavern Mystic MegaHall. So it's in the Mystic section. So let's go ahead and do that again. So we're going to look for Mystic, and we're in a MegaHall, and there it is, the Nether Mine. Now, so as you can see, the hut block in this case, just because we couldn't do the right click trick on that block, isn't quite in the right spot. So you want to move it up and move it over. And at level 1, we want to make sure that things are lined up. So you can see that is not quite right. That, however, does seem to be correct. And there we go. Our post is lined up where the post needs to go. So let's take a look at level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. Gets pretty fancy up in there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pretend that our builder did its builder thing. And everything is where it should be. So let's move on to the next section. Here we've got the school is going to go into this section. Again, we have our signposts for lining things up, our right click trick. This is the school, which goes under education, MegaHall, and finding the school. And it looks like things are lined up correctly without shifting it. Level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. So let's go ahead and pretend that our magic has happened, and there is our school all in place. And the last thing we have in here is the library, and same thing, right click. I believe it's in education. Yep, there we go, MegaHall and library, and 2, 3, 4, and 5. Doing the magic. And that there is all of the buildings in the Scholars MegaHall, all put into place so you can see how it all works. And then you have all the things you need for your citizens to be smarter, and you have an idea for another way to get into things. Actually, I'm going to show you a little thing. So you saw I had a waystone up there. So if you use my pack, the Minecolonies Simple Life, or some of the other packs that are out there, or even building your own, there is that really great mod, Waystones. And the MegaHall alternative actually has this spot right here, and this block right in the center is set up so that you can put a waystone or something in there, and it will not be interfered with when upgrading. So I have it set up to be able to move back and forth between the bottom and the top. So there's some ideas on a different way to get started into your colony. This one would be a bit tougher to get going because you do have to go so far down to really get going, and you're not near any other resources. So this is an idea for a big adventurer, maybe somebody who has waystones, even somebody who is willing to go into creative and pop that first couple of stairs down to get started. But as you can see, it's a really, really cool idea. So I hope you have yourself a wonderful day, and we will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.